This is a video presentation of Chapter 10, Section 5 in the 8th grade textbook entitled Making Decisions and Predictions. A lot of what you're going to see here is going to involve us using the concept of proportions to find a related probability or to give a related prediction. Since we've already studied proportions this year, you already have all the content knowledge you need when I combine that with the concepts of probability that we've been studying throughout this chapter. So let's go ahead and take a look at number 1. The table shows the satisfaction rating in a business's survey of 500 customers. Of their 240,000 customers, how many should the business expect to be unsatisfied? So as you can see, they've written a probability there in the form of a ratio that compares the number of unsatisfied customers, which is a winning scenario here because that's what they're asking about, compared to the total number of possibilities. So there's 35 unsatisfied out of 500 total customers. And as you can see, what they did is they just took and reduced that guy all the way down to make that 7 over 100. Now, they want us to take that 7 over 100 figure now and multiply that all the way up, bubble it up, so to speak, to make it be out of 240,000 customers. And when I do that, whatever number I figure out that that's going to change the numerator into is going to be the number that they would suggest would be unsatisfied out of 240,000 customers. So as you can see, they took 7 over 100, which we just found in the previous step, and they set it equal to how many we're going to have unsatisfied, which is n, out of the 240,000. So, if we look at my denominators there's a couple different ways to solve this problem. Because we're going from 100 to 24,000, we could just look at this and say, hey, I know the multiplier, and use the same fact in the numerator. We could absolutely do that. To go from 100 to 240,000, we'd be multiplying by 2,400. So I could now go into my numerator and multiply the top by 2,400 as well. What they decided to do instead is they decided to cross multiply to solve. They said 7 times 240,000, which is what you see right here, must be the same as n times 100, which is what you see right here, 100 times n. Then they divided out 100 on both sides, and they came up with a figure of 16,800, which is what the same thing would have been if I would have taken my 7 and multiplied by 2,400. So out of 240,000 customers, we would expect that about 16,800 would be unsatisfied then in context of the question.